All right, everybody, welcome to IMBA TV, where everything is in balance. We've got Goody facing off against Avilo, and this is going to be a TVT here on Lost Temple. These players have spawned in the closest air distance of this, of this round 4 match. Or what round is this, actually? You know what?
I think it's round 5.
Round 5.
Round 5 match. Anyway, this is the EU Craft Cup number 30. So thanks for joining us here, and why don't you go ahead and take us away, Jim?
All right. Now, these two players have to be considered pretty good favorites to win today's event. They have to be considered amongst, out of the over 500 people who joined this event, these two players have to be considered amongst the top 30 or so that have a good chance to win. Avilo made it to the semifinals of the Craft Cup Light on Wednesday and was unfortunately disqualified. Goody has won Craft Cup events in the past. I think he's won 2 or 3. In any event, we see both players building supply depots in their main base. This is Lost Temple, a 4-player map. They've randomly spawned in the closest distance by air to each other. The distance by land is substantial, but not as large as a map like, let's say, Shakira's Plateau. So if the players expand, they are expanding away from it. Well, it's hard to say. If they're expanding, it is still reasonably easy to defend their expansion due to all the cliffs and various...
And the choke point, there's only that one choke point, and you can have tanks up on this ledge. And it makes it good for some turtling.
Now, we noticed that Avilo is beginning the scouting process with an SCV that began scouting after the barracks began building. Both players are building barracks in their main base, so we're not going to see any kind of cheese play or proxy silliness. Both players have discovered that their opponent is not in the closest distance by land, and so now they will search forward. Both players are moving up to an orbital command. Both players have a refinery. Standard opening. The first fighting unit for Goody will be a Marine. The first fighting unit for Avilo will be a Marine, and in fact Avilo will pump out a second Marine. On the other hand, Goody hasn't given us a decision yet. We do notice a second refinery for Goody. Avilo, on the other hand, is electing to just stay off of one refinery and continue to pump out barracks. Now, continue to pump out Marines. I'm sorry. Now, Avilo's second building is a factory. So is Goody's. The difference is Goody will be getting more gas. Both players have taken their opponent's Zelnaga watchtower. Goody at this watchtower, Avilo at this watchtower. Both players essentially are playing blind and are pretty much assuming what their opponent can do. Neither player has sent a unit into the main base of their opponent. That is correct. I'm just hitting the V key and learning all that. Now look at this shuck and jive here with a V. Now, at this point, both players have 19 harvesters mining off of one base, 3 Marines each. Both players have a factory and a barracks. Avilo is electing to put a reactor on his factory. Goody, on the other hand, is putting nothing on his factory or barracks.
That's right, but it looks like we do see the 1-1-1 build here from both these players.
And McDuff's ever the negotiator, ever the arbiter, attempting to get the chatter there to be in a rather civilized manner, or non-existent would be even better. Tech lab on the factory by Goody. No tech lab for Avilo. Players they're still playing blind. Yep. So they're still playing 100% blind. Goody is going to move in first. This is the first real scout, and that scouting Helion is going to meet an untimely death if he tries to climb the ramp. And a little bit of lag from our pal, Endry. Hopefully he'll leave. And you know what? The good thing about this lag, it's happening before the fighting. So
that's
really
true.
He should exit and be a nice guy.
It's definitely... Okay, there we
Good.
go. Maybe
he left.
Yeah,
Good.
that's right.
Good work. Now, sorry, we see a swap here, and Avilo is going to get 2 Vikings. So he swapped the reactor, and there it was. There was Goody's scout. He saw 5 Marines. Now the first unit, Goody is cranking out a Raven. So Ravens and Vikings, that's oil and water. So here goes Avilo, 2 Vikings. This is the first offense of the game, and those Vikings will be met. All right, now, if we notice, a 3rd Viking for Avilo, a tank, and that's about it. Now, if we look, the siege tank upgrade has not even started. Avilo is afraid of Banshees. He's putting a missile turret in the middle of his main base. While that is happening, Goody is building an expansion command center within his main base. Goody has got 29 SCVs, Avilo only 26, so a small economic advantage for our German player. Avilo, bad-mannered or not, has gotten farther than any other American in a European CraftCup event. And like it or not, Avilo is probably the best Command and Conquer best former Command and Conquer player to grace the top-level ranks of StarCraft 2.
That's right, and we see Goody with the siege tank ability going down right now, and that will be finished up here in just a few seconds. And yes, that is a very nice scan. He sees a second factory that's being built, as well as the starport and everything in that little cluster there.
He even saw the command center.
Oh, he did. Great.
Yep, I did the V on him, and yeah, even though that scan didn't hit the command center, it was there. It was visible to him. The scan is actually the graphics of the scan don't go through a full amount of what the scan is. It actually goes a higher radius than the graphics. So anyway, any way you cut it, great move by Avilo. Now here we go, 5 Vikings. So it looks like Avilo really wants to control the chasm between these 2 players, as we see it here.
Or chasm, if you speak English.
Well, it's C-H-A-S-M. That's chasm.
It's not pronounced that way.
I speak the Queen's English. I'm not sure what it is. What do you speak, American?
I speak the American English, buddy.
Okay, great, whatever. That's good for you. In any event, Goody has expanded. So let's take a look at the unit counting station now. A very macro-heavy game at this point. Goody is at 37 SCVs mining off of 2 bases, and he's got 4 refineries set up. So those 4 refineries mean an extremely gas-heavy build. Avilo has yet to set up its expansion. Neither player has a Banshee on the board, despite having tech labs with starports. Now, we've seen Avilo's love of the Raven in previous Terran versus Terran games, and Goody got out a Raven first.
That's right. Looks like Avilo is pumping out Ravens now, as Siege Tank ability is being researched as well for Avilo. He is sitting with 4 barracks, and 2 of them have tech labs. One of them has a reactor, and the other one has nothing. There's also an idle SCV just hanging out by that one barracks, and there it goes. Now it's starting to do some work.
And Avilo's giving up on the Ravens because he's lifting up his starport and swapping it. So Avilo is going to go infantry heavy here. Goody has got 46 harvesters. That is 10 more than Avilo. Goody has got 1 medevac dropship, 2 Vikings, 5 tanks, 6 Marines, 1 Raven. Avilo, on the other hand, has got 5 Vikings, 3 tanks, 14 Marines, 1 Raven. So an interesting contrast in styles. Despite being a very passive game, players have substantially different army compositions at this point.
And we see Goody with 4 Hellions.
I'll tell you what, with all these, where are these Vikings? Where did they go? With these Vikings here, man?
That dropship's going to be in trouble.
Well, let's see. I mean, it all depends where he puts the Vikings. The dropship is in the top right-hand corner, and let's see if Avilo instinctively moves it there just arbitrarily for no reason. No, he doesn't. His Vikings are remaining here. In any event, the 10 worker count lead continues for Goody. And look at this. Tell you what, the world heavyweight champion is proving why he has won the CraftCup so many. And those are Blue Flame Hellions.
That's right. Oh, and those SCVs are burning.
And look at this.
Oh, man, nice double drop here from Goody. Great play. As we see Avilo sitting only on 27 SCVs. He's going to need to play the catch-up game now.
And you mentioned 27 SCVs, and Goody's got exactly double that
56.
number. Yeah, more than double now. Like you said, he just cranked out 2 more. And look at this. Goody is expanding once again.
And his island expanding.
Yep.
And I believe in the new map for the new Lost Temple, there are no islands. I'm not 100% on that, but you know.
Interesting. That's interesting. I'm really looking forward to the new map myself.
Me too, man. I'm stoked.
Now, Goody's at a huge advantage now. He's got a huge He's got double the worker count, 60 workers to 30. Avilo had all those Vikings. The problem is, it's hard to pick off stuff in midair. It's hard to know where stuff is. Now, Avilo, he's got 3 dropships. He's desperate now, and Avilo might be willing to gamble. Look at these dropships filled with everything.
2 tanks in this one. We've got 1 Marine or 4 Marines and 1 tank in that one. Tank and 2 Marines, and a tank and 4 Marines in that one. So a big force, compromise.
Big gamble.
Yeah, that's right.
Big gamble. And you know what? He's got it. You know what? This is a great gamble by a good player because he knows he's in trouble. He knows his worker count is really low. He knows that Goody is gonna macro him into the ground.
And here we go, sending the Oh, nice point defense drone. That's awesome, man. Blocking the shots from these dropships getting hit. And look at this. He's going to do some heavy damage here. What a great move with that point defense drone.
Let's see if Goody moves forward with his other units, realizing that Avilo's base is empty.
And it looks like Avilo's just trying to trying to kite those Thors into the tank fire. Doing a pretty good job.
I think maybe Goody's got to lift up his buildings to get at this force here. Hard to say.
What a move by Avilo. And what a game already. That was just a fantastically planned drop.
Now the one problem is, this siege tank is going to have a hard time getting to it.
And this armory looks like it's going to go down before that upgrade can finish. That's going to do some good stuff for Avilo here. As we see another expansion, command center being built right there, and this other command center will move off. And no, there is one right next to the natural expansion area, so I'm interested to see where that's going to go. As Goody is sieged up in the middle of the map and is going to take out those Marines. Oh, and look at this. Goody's gonna push forward, and he's gonna be able to take out these tanks finally. And there we go. After all that destruction, man.
You know what? Incredible patience by Goody to not lose his cool. You know what I mean?
Very
not spaz on the keyboard.
That's right. I agree.
And it's great. It's great to see StarCraft at this level. What a chess match.
It's fantastic.
Now, at this point, if we take a look, Goody still has 66 harvesters to Avilo's 45 harvesters. So Avilo cut Goody's advantage to a small extent, but this island expansion was mining the entire time. And I mean, Goody's got, like you said, Goody's got command centers everywhere. So, you know what? It's business. Goody is back in business. He's got 71 harvesters mining off of 3 bases.
That's right, and Goody is sitting at over double the economy of Avilo.
And Goody's got 3 Thors, 2 Vikings, 6 tanks. Avilo's got 5 tanks, 0 Thors, 10 Marines. So right now, Goody's army is substantially better than Avilo's.
That's right. And looking at the units lost, we do see that Avilo is sitting at the higher amount of resources lost and a higher amount of units lost as well in this game, thus far.
Despite that amazing drop.
That's right.
It was a big gamble. Avilo had to take it. You know what I mean?
He had no other choice, that's for sure. I agree.
Yeah. So, anyway, here we go again. Avilo is sitting with 8 Marines inside this...
That's right. And you know what, Jim? To cut you off, we've got a